been trying to go to the rainforest simulator place called the Green Planet. This is the second time I have tried to buy the tickets online and not been able to. And I'm hoping it's not a redux of Museum of the Future where they say, oh no, it's a post-Eid bonanza and there's a waiting list. I'm hoping I can just pay full price at the door and go in. It's one of the main things I was hoping to see while I was here. And I'm walking in what feels like an automotive purpose no man's land. But I'm going to this area called City Walk, which is where this sort of faux Costa Rica is located. And it's about 1.5 kilometers, so I'm speed walking. So if there's a ticket, I can have some quality time. It's that exact time of year in the Gulf where you do this thing where you try and walk in the shade as much as possible. Of course, my height doesn't really help because my head is still catching the sun, even though there's a wall here. But yeah, this is that time of year when it transitions from what passes for mild to blazing hot. And you can see here, like, nobody is walking. Like, if you see this person walking like way ahead, nobody is walking in the sun if they can help it. Everybody is walking in the shade. It's almost like it's raining sunshine in a sense. It's like it's almost like walking under a scaffolding in New York City and you try and cross the block in Manhattan to walk underneath another scaffolding. It's kind of like that here where you hop, skip, and jump between shaded areas to walk. I remember this from my days in Abu Dhabi like 10-15 years ago. The whole thing of like not having a car, not being a resident here, and just trying to walk in the shade as much as possible. And it's really about just conserving energy, basically, especially if you are waterless. Now, this is almost a caricature of the UAE lifestyle, I think, that's promoted. But I love that it's quote-unquote pre-owned. I guess there's no such thing as a used Rolls Royce. I love the way people play with language to try and manipulate sentiment, appetize potential buyers. I find it very amusing and pointless. Here is the Green Planet, but I'm holding back my excitement to make sure if I get a ticket first. I'm trying to find the entrance. I'm just following the well-trodden path here. Okay, so I'm pretty psyched. I've made it into the Green Planet. It was not a redux of the Museum of the Future. I almost feel like I'm getting away with something, although there's only 2 hours before it closes, so I've got to pack in as much as possible. And right out of the elevator, greeted by a peacock. So this is essentially like a vertical rainforest simulator, and my guess is it's loosely based on the environment in Costa Rica, just judging by the animals they have, although there are also like Australian and South American animals here as well. And you know what's nice? It's after that long hot walk from the train, it's nice and cool in here. It's humid, but it's like kind of refreshing. Somebody's just so tired. Wow. I'm like laughing just because this place is so adorable. I'm here, this is the Bat Cave experience, and it is not a reference to the DC Comics hero. I don't think you can really see it on the GoPro because this isn't really good for low light, but there are bats flying all over the place in here. They're just flitting this way and that way. Oh man, these are cool. Kind of having a little bit of a Temple of the Doom flashback.
Ooh, what big birds! Those aren't big birds, sweetheart. They're giant vampire bats.
Oh, hello. Hi. Look at that beak. So the centerpiece of the green planet is a giant simulated tree. And it's essentially like an interactive vertical zoo. And I think it's really cool the way they have it set up. It's got a waterfall down there, and man, the birds in here are unbelievably pretty. Look how red this parrot is. Wow. Look at the colors on your coat. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Somebody's trying to bite this GoPro 11. Oh, this guy's chill. Hey there. The Green Planet seems kind of reminiscent of Ewok Forest on Endor in Return of the Jedi. It reminds me of the Ewok Forest playset I had in 1983. Christmas 1983 to be specific. Man, I love how loud the birds are in here. They're like obnoxiously loud, and there's so many different species they have. And all of them have these exotic plumes and beaks and these amazing multicolored coats. It's really impressive. Oh, look. Found another sleepy guy. Hello. Look at this blue and gold macaw interacting with this other gorgeous yellow bird. I don't know if it's like they're feeding each other or making out. I can't really tell. Urban Dubai is such a place devoid of natural life and so seemingly apart from the natural world, except for the Arabian Gulf, that the Green Planet is like a respite from that. And I have to say, it's mostly families here. I'm definitely the only single childless man in here, but I'm absolutely loving it. I wish you could jump in this thing. It is such a hot day out, and it feels so good just standing next to it. What do we have here? There's a bun. Hey, bun. Hello. Hey. Oh, they even have buns here. Who knew? That I did not expect. Just look at the brilliance of this green on this tree boa. If you're me, you kind of gotta watch your head a little bit in this place. Well, speak of the devil. Look who it is. I don't think I have ever seen an armadillo alive. I've only seen them as roadkill in Texas. Well, in between driving from New York to California. Oh, hey, bun. Somebody's thirsty. Hello again. this fish big enough for you? Jeez. These are easily the most beautiful birds I have ever seen in my life. They just seem so intelligent and curious. I'm on the lookout for a 1936 Stutz Bearcat. It was really more of a burgundy.
This is Agent Johnson from the FBI. Be on the lookout for a 1936 maroon Stutz Bearcat.
That really was more of a burgundy.
Smithers, drunk as a lemur.
The last moment, Smithers, drunk as a lemur, lurched out of the darkness and fired.
2 OG Simpsons references in one enclosure. Not too bad. Oh, the things I do to amuse myself. Getting a good gnawing. Are you ignoring me? This has been so much fun. I am so glad I came here. The Green Planet is a fully enclosed biome here in the heart of Dubai. Well, there you have it. That was an absolutely fantastic experience. Of course, I'm quite biased as I love animals and I love the natural world, and being a city dweller, I have no real connection to it, and hell, I don't even have any pets. So this was an incredible experience. It's obviously more geared towards families, but it's also for anybody who just loves nature and misses it. And I mean, look at the, you know, turn away and look at the metal and glass skyline, and you realize where you actually are. So in a way, the Green Planet is like a beautiful escape for a couple of hours. I love just hanging out in there, and even the people watching was fun. It's interesting to see people from different cultures' attitudes towards animals. I definitely noticed that a lot of people did not heed the don't touch or tease the animals signs. I don't know if it's owing to cultural differences or just general ignorance or what, but there are a lot of people were bothering the animals. But that's to be expected, and you know, I think it's better to expose people to the wonderment of the animal world than, you know, I know that zoos in the West can be seen as controversial, and this, they don't even market this as a zoo. It's more of an experience, I guess. But I think it's better, especially for children and young people, to be able to experience something of the natural world, especially as our world becomes, our population becomes increasingly concentrated in hyper-urban environments, which is what Dubai is. I mean, Dubai is incredibly artificial. It's basically concrete paved over sand that abuts the sea. And to me, that is something that is it's such a healthy thing for a society to have an experience like that. I mean, you know, I think New York could use something like that, actually. I mean, we have this Central Park Zoo in Manhattan and all of the outer borough zoos, but those are more kind of weather dependent and old. And what I like about this is that it's a very cool concept. Just the idea of like taking sort of a vertical sort of circular swath of Costa Rica and just implanting it in the middle of Dubai. I found it, I don't know, it was really fun. Definitely worthwhile. One thing that Dubai is famous for, or to its critics notorious for, is that there's a seemingly never-ending round of these insane projects. And here you've got a twisty skyscraper going up. It looks like it's twisting about halfway. And if you think that Dubai's heyday is back in the 2000s, when they finished the Burj Khalifa in 2009 and inaugurated the metro that same year, the projects here are never ending. The Maktoum dynasty that runs this emirate wants to make sure that the Dubai dream is constantly perpetuated.